beliefs translate into your reality. Identify limiting beliefs as wrong assumptions about your work and your life. The problem with these limiting beliefs is that the victim is unconscious of that fact. As a result, you take debilitating actions, you take wrong steps, you make wrong decisions to your detriment. Have you ever discovered this pattern in your life? Perhaps when you've made the error or when you've made the wrong mistake, either to change geographical location or something that is important, an important decision in your life, you quickly realize it was a wrong step. Or you've been thrust into scenario where I recognize this pattern. I refuse to fall for this same mistake. It's not that the universe decided to isolate you single-handedly and punish you indefinitely. No, it's that you refuse to learn your lesson, and life is a brutal teacher. It will teach you as many times as you need to learn. That's the unfortunate reality. When you learn your lesson, it's not as though the problem stopped visiting you. It's that the solution is now subconscious, that you dish out the solution without thinking about it. For instance, when you got up late and you got punished in work via a suspension or a query, anything that connotes to punishment, hi boss, still get punished. It's very, very difficult for you to get up late. Why? Because you've learned your lesson. The problem with ignorance is ignorance has a price. And just because you are ignorant of the consequence doesn't spare you. If I put my hand in fire, unconscious that it burns, do I go scot-free? Every single one of you have experienced this as a child. Do not go close to the socket. Do not go close to the socket. Do not go close to the socket until it shocks you. You learn your lesson. Does electricity go, whoa, 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 that's a child, let's spare her? No. It dishes out judgment almost immediately. So the morale I'm trying to highlight from all of these analogies is, just because you are ignorant, just because you are playing the victim card, doesn't spare you from the consequence. As you sow, so shall you reap. Whether you're unconscious of the fact that you're sowing weed, you're sowing wrong seeds, you will ultimately reap the decision, you will ultimately reap the harvest of your produce. You see this in today's world, especially the West. You've been told that if you don't have certain things, you cannot accord yourself in a certain way. Majority of you today hold slangs, you hold wrong statements that is socially acceptable. Unfortunately so, there are some people over here, you're using harmful sentence and making a joke out of yourself. It's fashionable. You walk up to a lady, you start insulting yourself, or you meet someone, a superior, about to shake hands. Oh Sam, you look very good. No, us that we got this suit from a hand-me-down store or Walmart, and you began insulting yourself, and you wonder why nobody respects you. This is beyond the scope of today's discourse, but the main point I'm trying to highlight is you are a carcass of other people's limitations, other people's beliefs, other people's ideas. That's what you are. Most of you are working today with ideas that have been projected upon you. Most of you believe that only when you get XYZ, then you can do XYZ. As a guy, you see a pretty lady, instead of approaching her, I don't have the latest iPhone series, my clothes, and you begin to disqualify yourself instantly. Guess what happens when she comes over to you? That beliefs of she's way out of my league would always compel behaviors that makes that your reality. You begin fidgeting, you begin or you enter into the fight and flight mode or fear. Yeah, fight and flight mode. Growing up as a young man, I was told that if you don't have certain things, if you've not achieved certain things, you can't speak a certain way. And the problem with this wrong belief system, after achieving the externality that's supposed to boost your confidence, after getting the thing you said that once you achieve, you will feel X way, it doesn't go away. It finds another excuse to remain the dominant superpower of your life. Back to the initial story. I said, if I don't have money, I can't speak in an assertive way. I can't do XYZ. And when I had money, when I begin making thousands and millions of dollars, the wrong belief system was there. I remember speaking to my team about to say, it's a privilege to work here because you're going to learn a lot. Instantly, that belief kicked in, hindered me from pronouncing such statements. It's not a privilege to work here. You guys are just starting. You've not made X amount in cash flow. Wait till you make X amount. Wrong belief system. Majority of you currently have not started that business for the sole reason you believe you're not enough. You believe there's one more book you need to read. You believe there's a business plan or there's something you've not done that needs doing. The solution to that kind of thinking is to err in the opposite direction. I'm not advocating for laziness. I'm an action-oriented man. But what I'm saying is to believe you're enough. Stop waiting for external things to validate you. Stop waiting for something beyond yourself to make you happy. It's an endless cycle of depression and frustration. Do not walk that path. As always, my friends, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.